Assuming I did things correctly. Check, as always. Check, as always. Okay. I think we're about as good as we're gonna get. Yeah! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dark Souls 2. Probably one of my favorite games. Is it my favorite game? No. I don't know what my favorite game is. Ask me in a week and it'll probably change. But, we want to get started on this one for a while. So let's just jump right into it and I'll do more explanations of stuff later. While we're actually playing.
Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Drawn to a flame. Your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Alright, we're in. Oh, it feels so weird to be back. It's been a while since I've played this game. But as I said, it is indeed probably my favorite, other than Elden Ring, my favorite Dark Souls game. I'll be going over like as much as I can throughout this all these streams. Not just as like a general stream to have fun, but maybe a guide that someone can use. You know, a guide of a game that's, oh god, almost a decade old. At least the first release of Dark Souls was over a decade old. Man, I feel old. I remember being in high school when the game first came out.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
My name? Hades.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look. Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Now we are into the character customization. Let's start with the class, the most important thing in the game, but also a decision that's ultimately meaningless due to the fact that you can get everything that each class starts off with throughout the game. The only important thing, really, is the stats and starting gear. The Warrior. Battle-scarred warrior, high strength, dexterity, and skilled with weapons. He is your most balanced class and one that could be easily recommended to anyone. Also, he's the only one that starts off with a shield, though the broken sword probably is a turn-off for some. The Knight. Traveling Knight, high HP and adaptability, tough to take down. As the name suggests, it has a lot of health and adaptability, which I will explain in depth later. I hate adaptability. Swordsman. Finely skilled swordsman. Fights gracefully with strong weapons in both hands. Comes with a scimitar, and I believe that's a short sword. Good for dex. Also to kind of show off the whole dual-wielding aspect that this game brought in. It wasn't until Elden Ring where we got to see more of that. Though I don't think you can actually dual-wield these two weapons. The Bandit, a merciless outlaw, high dexterity, skilled with the bow, fights well at various ranges. He starts off with a bow. That's his whole thing. Bows are great for long-range combat and great for pulling people away from groups that you don't want to fight. Hello, Wizard. Welcome to the stream. The Cleric. Cleric on pilgrimage. High faith and miracles guide the way. This man starts with a chest piece. He also starts with a healing miracle, and one of my favorite weapons to start off with, the mace, though I will not be picking the Cleric because I like having more than just a shirt. The Sorcerer, knowledgeable sorcerer, casts sorceries with high intelligence and attunement. Your run-of-the-mill sorcerer. The mage classes aren't too creative, though to be fair, you don't really need to be. The Explorer, well-traveled explorer, not terribly powerful but has many items. He does have a lot of items, including a Pharaoh's Lockstone, which is a key item that is used later on. And it comes with a ring that increases magic damage, I believe. His hat also has a unique property of increasing item drops, though only starting out with a dagger with not the most impressive stats. And the Deprived, unclothed, origin unknown, has nothing to fight with except a life-affirming flesh. He is your challenge run character, basically. Starting off with 6 in every stat, which isn't the lowest it can go, but it's very low. Not really worth using unless you're deliberately trying to challenge yourself. I personally like to go for the Explorer because of the hat. And the gift. The Life Ring. This Ring of Old slightly increases HP. It does exactly what it says on the tin. A human effigy. A familiar-looking effigy. Returns the hollow to life. It's much like humanity in Dark Souls 1, except instead of you having to kindle it on a bonfire, once you use it, it immediately turns you human. Healing wares. Various items used to cure poison and restore HP, essential for anyone traveling drangleic. Yeah, starts off with more life gems and some stuff to cure poison. It's simple. I'd highly recommend it, actually. The Homeward Bone. Returns you to the bonfire last rested at. Having one may ease your mind, but there are no easy journeys. They're not really worth it considering how plentiful they are, and even all of those are useless later on. Deprived is just let me solo her. That was not a thing in this game. This game is clunky. There's no fast ninja rolling. Seed of the Tree of Giants. A seed grown from a Tree of Giants, inedible. This is a PvP item. This is an item, when used, will allow any regular enemies to attack any invader in your world. It's pretty nice to get a drop on someone who's harassing you. Bonfire aesthetic. Toss into a bonfire to raise the strength of nearby foes, only for those who seek greater challenges. One of my favorite additions in this game, that no other Souls game has done so far, is this is basically forcing an area into New Game Plus, and in this game, New Game Plus adds new items, both from vendors and on the ground, will replenish items, obviously, and sometimes even add whole new enemies to the area. One of the coolest additions in the game, and you can get one for free right off the bat. Petrified something. A simple petrified lump. It may be of use someday. Someday will be in the tutorial area, because there is a nest you can put this in, and you will trade an item with Snuggly the Crow, is I believe she's called. And that item can be a bunch of different things. Now, I personally want to start off with a bonfire aesthetic. I'm going to need a lot of these to show off as much as I want, because there's a lot to show off by forcing areas in the New Game Plus. Gender, I should play male, please. Physique. And build, I had those backwards. I really only adjust the hair, if anything. And really, not even that. Character customization isn't exactly, top tier in this game. No. Good enough. Oh, those are violently colored. Alright. I won't spend too much time on this. And let's get started.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse. You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
I like the monocle. I feel it adds to the look. Before we go out the door, they have a chest in their attic. With a free human effigy. I should mention, human effigies are used to access not only your entire health bar, but also the online functionality of this game. Which I will be... That was a tutorial message I just destroyed. Anyway, bonfire. Bonfires are your checkpoints. At a bonfire, you can fast travel to other bonfires you have connected. Burn bonfire aesthetics or human effigies. Human effigies will close off the area from cooperation or invasion. Item box, and you can attune your magic. I will not be doing multiplayer if I can help it. Torch. One torch gives you 5 minutes of light, and a soul of the lost undead. Crunchies that give you souls. But I want to go back out here. Now some of you might be wondering why this is one of my favorite games. There's a lot of bad things about this game. You could probably find hundreds of videos on YouTube about why this is probably one of the worst games in the series. And I don't blame you. This game definitely has a lot of issues. I like this game because it's very pretty and it really just kind of holds a place in my heart. Its clunkiness has always been overshadowed by how great it feels to play. Oh, I have a dagger. I believe this thing was called an ogre. I don't think the game tells you a lot of the names. But we want to kill this guy for something. as I remember them, I'll tell like little stories throughout this whole stream about all the stuff that happened when I first played this game that I can remember. Or just fun stories in general. By the way, I wanted to kill this guy because he drops a ring. He's also blocking. Gold pine resin. Pine resin is a consumable that you apply to your weapon in your right hand that gives you a buff. Gold pine resin specifically gives you an electric buff. Aromatic ooze applies magic damage to your right hand weapon. Witching urns are fire bombs but that deal magic damage. Repair powder is, well, it repairs in a powder form. Rusted coins increases drop rate of items. In prism stones, they do this. It's kind of cool. The dark sign. Sacrifice all your souls to travel to the bonfire, nearest bonfire, or the last bonfire. Black separation crystal. Multiplayer item. We will not really be needing them much. It's how you force people to leave your world. This increased magic defense. And the stone ring. Makes it so you can break enemies' poise better, where they stumble backwards. This is going to be kind of a more disjointed commentary because I want to give information as well as just trying to make it entertaining. If my guy or the chat is in the way of anything at any point, please let me know. Also, this is the tutorial. It's optional because you can just go straight over there, but I want to go this way. Let's go through the tutorials. Right bumper, attack. Lock on. Is with the right stick. Holding B to dash. Very simple tutorial. If you're able to sneak up on an enemy, if you right bumper them, you can backstab. You know you got the backstab when your character does that animation and it hits. You can do the animation but miss entirely. Oh, second dagger. I don't believe I have the stats to show off power stance. I do not. We'll just play like that for a little bit. Rolling. Rolling is your bread and butter for dodging. It's also worth noting, weapons in your left hand will be weaker than weapons in your right hand because your character is right hand dominated. Yeah, power stancing. Unless I can power stance, there's no point to have a weapon in that hand. Backstep. Just a quick backup. I'm not sure if it has invincibility frames. Eh. Life gem. Life gems are, you crunch them and you get healing per second over time. Actually, this is a good time to show it. Some solid health regen. Move camera. Item down there. But okay, come on, wake up. Well, I mean... Oh, okay. They just didn't speak. There's a couple items you can leave, and I'll be trying to make a point of showing those off, what items you can trade them. But for now, Prism Stones are like the lowest tier, which gets you the bottom tier for items. Rubbish being unusable. Soul and Nameless Soldier. But we knocked down that ladder. Let's go on to the next tutorial area. Tapping Y will two-hand your weapon. Holding Y will two-hand whatever weapon's in your left hand. Two-handing your weapon gives a temporary strength boost of, I believe, 50%. Like, let's say you had 10 strength. If you were to two-hand your weapon, it would be the equivalent of 15 strength. So, a little more damage. Alright, there we go. Run. Jump. Amber Herb. Hip. Those are spell replenishment items. You probably won't be seeing me use those much until much later on. Now, slightly deceptive, because you don't need a shield to parry, because you can also do it with your hand. It's just a lot better with a shield. I'll be showing the plunging attack off in a moment. And the guard break. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Now a plunging attack. Doesn't even kill him. Kind of what I get for starting off with a dagger. But the hat, man. How can I say no to a beautiful hat like this? Ah. Corrector Orb. Invasion item. You use that to invade an enemy of a similar level in the area that you are currently in. There we go. To guard break and jumping attack, you have to flick with the left stick. Sometimes it's a bit finicky to try to get off. Unfortunately, we will not be able to enter that area for a little bit. We need a special item to get past that statue. Fun fact, that statue is unique to this Scholar of the First Sin edition. Though, Scholar of the First Sin edition is probably going to be the only edition you have nowadays. Oh, so, for those unaware, Dark Souls 2 originally was for, I believe, the Xbox 360 and PS3. There's a lot of bloodstains out here. How did these people die? I see. Good news, everybody. We have online enabled. Anyway, Scholar of the First Sin Edition was a remake for the more modern consoles, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, which changed up the game dramatically. And I want to show this off. This is probably my favorite sight of all the Souls games. Majula is the best homeworld I've ever played in any game. It's just a beautiful hub world. Every time I come here, I can't help but smile. As lame as that sounds. Real quick. I almost forgot something. Nope. Yep. Neat. Morningstar is a spiked mace, more or less. And binoculars. Good at seeing close up. And the Cleric's Sacred Chime is a talisman used for sorceries. Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the stream. There's a lot to do in this little hub world, but let's start off with what our objective is.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
I start off as the Explorer because I like the hat that increases item drop rate.
Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
You may level up by the power of the Emerald Herald. So what better use of those souls that we grabbed than to help level us up? What are my stats looking? I can look at the level up set.
Curse. Seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Bearer of the curse, seek souls, larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king, that is the only way, lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
The Emerald Herald can upgrade Estus Flask when you have the appropriate item, and also level you up. Leveling up is you take your souls to put into your stats. Your stats goes as follows. Vigor is your health. It's the basic, I want to not die as quickly. Ooh. I have played all of the Dark Souls games. I played a lot of FromSoft games. Endurance is your stamina. Apparently poise is natural poise as well. Vitality is your equipment load. How much equipment you can weigh, or how much equipment you can wear before it starts to weigh you down to heavier and heavier rolls. Attunement is a number of slots you have for your spells, as well as how fast you can cast said spells. Strength. It is strength. The more you increase it, the more heavier weapons you can swing around. Dexterity is the opposite. The faster, more elegant weapons you can use, like katanas or rapiers. Adaptability. Adaptability is one of the most important stats up to a certain point, because it changes your item use speed, at least for the Estus, in my experience, as well as your rolls, your invincibility frames during your rolls. One of my least favorite mechanics in this game, because otherwise your rolls are clunky and you will get hit despite rolling. I believe the number you want is like 20 or 25 to have a normal, good roll. Intelligence allows you to cast various spells, while Faith is required for certain miracles. both pyromancies and new to this game, dark sorceries require both intelligence and faith. I'm not sure what kind of character I'm going to go for. But for now, I think I'm going to increase strength. Yeah. I think I want strength. You know, I've had all this time to try to prep a character in mind, but in reality, there's not really a character I have in mind. There's a couple weapons I'd really like to use in this. But as for the character themselves, I'm probably going to go for an all-around kind of character.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement, a place where life is almost normal. And in Drangleic these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden, and like you, I lost everything, and now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
Our first covenant. The way of the blue.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel it suits me just fine? As I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time. May you find peace on your journey.
So, the way of the blue allows you, when you wear this ring, if you were to get invaded by another player, someone from another covenant called the Blue Sentinels can come and assist you. Easily recommendable to those who are newer to the game, or really just can't stand PvP. It also has a hidden benefit of, increasing your health slightly.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
We'll get to his key later. Also, something worth noting out about a bonfire is it repairs everything you have on you that isn't completely broken. So that's a nice feature. How are people dying here? Are they jumping off the cliff? Yes, they are. Do I have stats to it? I do not. I want to come over here and show off. This is the Champion Covenant. I will not be joining them. What the Champion Covenant does is the Covenant itself is all about challenge. It will remove the despawning element from the game and increase the health and damage of every enemy in the game, as well as locks you out of all summoning and invading. It's a harder mode. I could recommend it for those who plan on playing solo anyway. Being able to farm the enemies will always help. But for those who are inexperienced, it's a hard pass.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
He sells armor and shields. As we go further in the game, he'll have more unlocked. And the more we buy from him, the more he'll unlock.
Well, I do hope I see you again.
He's one of the vendors who have little thresholds. The more you spend. The more you spend, the more likely... Not more likely. The more armor he will sell next time you reload the area. He has 3 states of which he'll be in. One, where he's sitting on the floor, kind of meek and kind of helpless. I can't remember which one's next. I believe he sits on the chair next where he has a bit more confidence and will sell more armor. And then finally, he'll be leaning up over here where he'll be kind of cocky and a bit cold towards you, but he'll be selling his full inventory, as well as various boss armors, as you defeat the boss. We do not have the health for this. Do not do this yet. This is a rock. You punch a rock, and you get an item. Estus Flash Shard are the shards you need to get more Estus. Which reminds me, I forgot to equip my Estus. Estus, for those who don't know, is your basic healing. I shall demonstrate with these pigs. Alright, once is enough, I guess. It's good healing. Okay. I'll have to come back here when I have a weapon that swings downwards. Are they still following me? They are not. You repeat. Once you give her a shard, it gives you one more Estus. Your Estus will replenish at a bonfire. Motherfuckers followed me. I know I should. Fucker. Fucking ankle biters. This is not how I'm going to die. I'm using a skinning knife on these things. This is sad. Why are they so durable? There, they're dead. Anyway, there's one more NPC in this area I want to talk to before heading on to the first area. The actual first area of the game. Oh, there she is.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
Sweet Shalquar is how you can abandon covenants, as well as keep track of what covenants you are part of and what rank you are. She also sells things, including a ring that gives you HP for killing an enemy. A silver cat ring reduces falling damage. That'll be very helpful for a certain area that we can't afford yet. Red eye ring. Makes it so enemies are more likely to target you. Ring of Whispers allows you to hear the voices of foes. This one is confusing, and I will not be explaining it just yet. I'll explain it when we need it, because there is something we need this ring for. Name engraved ring. This is specifically for PvE. When you wear this ring, it gives you a list of gods that you can select from.
Nothing suited. Well, that's dismaying.
And the idea is, when you select a god, you will be able to, you're more likely to find matches from said god. Like, it's more or less how you get around the idea of just finding random people everywhere. You could select the first one, and your friend could select the first one, and you'd be more likely to find one another. No. I don't have an item for that yet. There's a bunch of different pathways to go. This was the first area down here. How do people keep dying? Are they being dragged in here by the pigs and... What? Okay. I've got nothing. Maybe they were poisoned? Here we go. We could go down there, which is the intended path, but there's a little side area right here. Open it up. What do you get? Human effigy. Yep. Almost didn't make that. Oh, a message. The enemies from ahead follow them there. I thought the door closed before any enemies could get there. Knowing I've never tried to back up that far. Another hippo. We'll leave him for now. Rude. Throwing knife. It is a knife that you throw. Allow me to demonstrate. You see this knife? I just threw it. And this gentleman is far from happy. So I want to go over this now. This is not going to be a special run to get either of the two special rings that are in the game. I've already ruined that with one of the, with the Majula bonfire. In this game, there are two special rings you get for getting to the end credits by doing one of two things. One is beat the game without dying once. There are no required deaths in this game. Just get to the end without dying. The other one, beat the game without ever using a bonfire. There are very few exceptions. Very few exceptions. And I did not know that. Thank you, Rayfon. So apparently enemies in this area can follow you to that chest. I've never thought to try that. Let's try it. There we go. Hitting left trigger with either two-handing your weapon with a shield or barehanded will parry. If you can hit a parry right against some enemies, you'll knock them down, and then you can respond with a riposte, which does a lot of damage. As you saw there with that poor victim. Can we do it again? Okay, maybe I don't want to mess around here. These enemies might be level 1, but I'm very close to level 1 myself. If you want a good rhythm, life gems are better when you're in between fights, while Estus is what you want to use if you're in the middle of a fight. Another throwing knife. I'm getting peppered over here. Nope, I'm being snuck up on. Oh, you think I'd learn from Elden Ring about delayed attacks? Oh my god. You won't expect me to have actually played this game before with how shitty I'm playing right now. I'm just a little rusty. But this used to be my main game. Oop, another message. I hope I don't get invaded throughout this. Besides the NPC invaders. If I'm remembering right, some NPC invaders will only invade you if you're in offline. Like, I can only think of one that does that. Yeah, these guys aren't fooling anyone with their fake dead routine. Oh, here's another fun fact for you about the original Dark Souls 2. Where that item is, right there, used to be a very hard for this area enemy called a Hide Knight. I will be getting into those later, because we will be dealing with them later. Depending on how long this takes, it could be next episode. I'm going to do my best to try to do an area or two per stream, depending on how long it takes. This game is long, especially showing off as much as I want to. Because I do want to try to show off as much as I can. I can wield it, and it is technically stronger. I'm being attacked from above. Estardo. Oh, I'm just waking everyone up, aren't I? I will be investing in a shield, by the way. I have nothing to prove in this game. I'm being attacked. Oh, no. I'm just being thrown at. God, I will be getting into the bells later. I will be going offline for that area. Yeet! Worth it. A bunch of throwing knives. I should mention in this game, your throwing items are a lot better than they were in the first game. In the first game, only the fire bombs were really worth using. The throwing knives if you were feeling spicy and wanted to distract somebody. But in this game, all the throwable weapons are mostly usable. I will not regret going offline for the bell areas. I have been invaded in that area plenty of times. Unless Unless there's something I need in that area that's only online. I have a notepad. I'm going to try to take notes when I get to an area. So that way I'm not completely caught with my pants down. Right now I'm going based off pure memory. Firebomb! Get thrown off. Short sword. How does that compare to this almost broken weapon? Oh god. I need more decks. So, another kind of negative I want to bring up now, since it's semi-relevant. Swallow the First Sin, while increasing, like, making the game look nicer, run better. There was a bug that happened that I wasn't aware about for the longest time, that people call the 60 FPS bug. Making this game run so smoothly came at a cost of the fact that the durability of, like, every weapon is so low. Like, I just got this broken sword and started using it on only these guys, and it's already about half durability. And it was never patched out for whatever reason. Unless patching it out would, like, TF2 Coconut JPEG the game. God, imagine if patching out a bug broke the game. Another throwing knife. Oh, this is a good example of how useful throwing knives can be. I want that man out of that room and away from his friend that's hiding. Well, never mind. There. It was still useful in the end. No, you get back down on the ground. Hold on, my weapon's almost broke. Let me switch back to my backup. Wood bolts, crossbows. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Ow! The pain. Ah! Ouchies. Aha. Oh, you're getting a knife for that one. I have range too, dick. I just stockpile on knives. I'll be going down there in a minute. Witching herbs. I was not expecting to see summon signs already. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, checkpoint.
Buy something, anything.
Ah, she sells my armor set. Well, some solid weapons early on. Ooh, I'm gonna need that key. And I'll stock up on some not, maybe not that. Just a nice stem. I won't be needing those too much. I know I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll just get 10. I'll be getting these two at a later date.
My name is Melentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Drangleic's been up a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. When the giants crossed the sea.
Alright. We'll have to come back to her.
Thanks.
I hear something above me. But what could that be, says me, knowing full well what it is. Just play along. Play along! Here's a fun thing about doors in this game. If they're wooden, you can break them down. Wait! Damn it. That was a crystal lizard. And judging by the fact that it ran from me, you know it has something good if you kill it. Oh, a chest. A shield. That's better than nothing. I'm not falling for that. Can I get a parry better off when I have a shield? How about I just use the shield for the intended purpose and stop trying to be fancy? I'm not a fancy player. Why do I keep trying to be fancy? Small white sign stone. It's like a white sign stone, which allows you to invoke multiplayer, but small. Instead of focusing on going to kill the boss, it's mainly to help you get to shortcuts in various areas, killing bigger and bigger enemies. Divine Blessing. Instant full heal. I need to rest before going down to the other areas. In my experience, enemies who try to run from you in games are usually indicative of them having something important, like experience. Or upgrade materials. No, no, I'm not. No! This is gonna take me a couple of attempts because I'm kind of stupid. Can I two-hand it? I can two-hand it. I believe the axe has an overhead. It has an overhead. Now you get back here. No, stop. No, no, motherfucker! Oh, these crystal lizards are dead once I find a bow and arrow. Man, I should have just played a different class if I was gonna just equip everything that wasn't my class. Don't worry, everything I did was for a plan. I will get him. Oh, while I'm attempting to kill this thing, I would like to bring up something I mentioned earlier. Enemies in this game do not respawn indefinitely. To a certain degree. There are some enemies that do indeed respawn indefinitely. Like my patience. My patience will respawn indefinitely. But once you kill an enemy a certain amount of times and respawn them, they will just stop spawning entirely. So if you ever you thought a run back from a boss was rough, you can just get rid of every enemy by just killing them constantly. You know, I knew it was going to take me a couple of attempts to get this thing. I just didn't realize it was going to be this long. I promise you, I plan on doing a lot more than just attempting to kill a lizard. There. He drops upgrade materials when you kill him. That's what I was trying to be coy about. But I am not a fish, so I should not be coy. I miss Skull Kid. I hope he gets internet soon again. He dropped an explosive. Yep. Boop. Okay. Okay. Don't sneak up on me. It's better for your health. Hollow infantry armor. Is that better than mine? No. Another torch. I don't remember there being a second one there. Okay. Let's just... Ooh, I have an idea. How's your magic defense? Poor. Much like my financial situation. Your life will be over. Very durable enemies. Then again, I don't think you need explanation from that. Turtle Man. Fun fact, their armor is droppable. It requires strength to wield their armor. And I just think that's neat. Firebomb. Witchinger? Oh, he's weaker to fire than he is. I need to save one. Throwing knife. Neither of them dropped their armor. What am I wearing this armor set for then, if they're not going to drop anything? Foot soldier shield. Better magic defense, and that's literally it. We are not running into magic-based enemies for a bit. Fire. Run. And in the chest, we have the fire longsword, which I cannot use. Ow! We're good. Yeah, invincibility frames while opening doors was a great idea. That's not the only time we'll probably be exploiting that. Now, I'm going to do my best to avoid... I am talking a lot, so therefore yawn. I will be doing my best to try to avoiding, like, sequence breaking an area. Like, I'm gonna wait until I'm intended to be there to do... well, be there. Because there's a couple ways I know of getting to places in this area before I'm supposed to be able to. I mean, all this looking at chat. Have you no honor? I've got a nice surplus of souls. This should be enough to get what I want. I think these will be useful for when we get to that point. And 5 more. Yeah. Once you spend 10,000 souls with this woman, she will give you this. I spent money. You shut up. The Silver Covetous Serpent Ring +1 increases soul gain from, well, enemies. Yeah, so the alternate route to get through to the first quote-unquote giant soul that we need to get to is actually through a place called the Hyde's Tower of Flame. I will be showing that in either the next stream or maybe later in this one, depending on how long it takes me. Though it's looking more and more like it'll be next stream. Oh! Got me lacking. That man's not dead. It's locked. I know we got a key that I need to use in Majula, but I want to grab a couple things first while I'm over here. You there, sir. Yeah, come over here a sec. Bomb. Nope. Haha! Joke's on you! I will not be going up there just yet. Hit! Damn it. Yay! No. Shortcut. Very loud one at that. Block this! Oh, he did indeed block that. Oh yeah, if you've seen enemies spam, like, holding down the guard button, you can just guard break them. That's what it's there for. And it gives you a critical hit. Not quite a riposte level of damage, but definitely noticeable and very punishing. Neat. Soldier armor. Yes, I'm aware. The ladder will be saved until after I get a better weapon. And said stats for said weapon. Now, what am I doing over here? Well, first of all, killing this man. There's a whole little area over here. Ow. You die first. My girlfriend is currently playing Monster Hunter, and it sounds like she is currently getting killed. Or one of her friends is getting killed. Mamsickered. I hate shield enemies so much. Oh yeah, fun fact. Light gem stack. This is very vital information, by the way. Alright, I'm not gonna get anywhere with these archers pounding me from all sides. So let's force you into it. Not sword. I have never struggled so much in this area before. Uh-oh. Yeah, she's playing Monster Hunter and fighting one of the new monsters that got released. Sounds like one of her friends is dying on repeat. I just need to remember the route to get everywhere. Oh, so this isn't my personal story, but I think I actually remember watching my friend try it. When he tried to make that jump, that archer right there got a wicked headshot off of him mid-air and caused him to fall into the water. Watch your left. I ain't gonna rephrase what accurately happened. Get firebombed. That's witching bomb, but it works. Oh, that was another...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Kale. I'm a traveler, like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse? How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps. I came to this land some time ago. Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Well, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall. Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion. What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. Now, I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please.
Alright, we got a key. That's why I didn't go to Majula right away and help blacksmith. Then I wanted to get a little more souls. Because I want to get me a mace. In this game, there's 3 types of damage. There's slash, pierce, and blunt. Blunt damage, in my opinion, being the best, because more enemies are weak to blunt than they are thrust. But also, like, the rapier's really cool too, so, like, don't discount that. I believe blunt weapons are classified as strikes. Oh! Frame 1! No. Well, oh, there's an item down there. shard. We'll be getting that item later. Yes, I do plan on getting me mace. How do I get back? I think I've just usually used a homeward bone. I almost took the expressway, though. Oh yeah, if fire bombs did self-damage, I would have been long dead. Hey, wait a minute. No. Ah. I didn't need to risk that death. Almost death. Now, since I want to show off as much as I can, I'm gonna ignore what Rayfon said. Because I want to do this way. Say hello to the second boss of the game. And say goodbye because we're not fighting him here. Yeah, if you ever fall down during his fight, he just leaves. But I also didn't want to, like, fight him here. Jesus. I am getting my, molly whopped. Get magicked. By the way, that's the only time you can fight him in this arena. Once you leave the arena, he no longer pursues you here. He'll be waiting at his boss room instead. Alright. Okay, I did grab like a tiny soul. Unfortunately, to answer your question, Rayfon, no he does not. In fact, in a lot of my playthroughs, I like killing him here because I like being able to kill two bosses quickly. But he will not appear in the next boss fight. If you were to have killed him here, I mean. Let's get you open. Reset the area. This is one of the few games I have a lot of unnecessary knowledge in.
You, stand back. This is dangerous work. The name's Lenigrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are... another useless traveler. A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got. Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
There she is. He also sells some arrows and some shards.
I'll be around.
weapon didn't screw me out of being able to use it yet. Oh, we can two-hand it at least.
Is that a shard you found? To see light,
Now we have
however
3 healing. Can I level up at all? I can level up once. I'm gonna try to get the 12 strength to one-hand this. Maybe get some dexterity, some endurance and health. I'll likely be going for like a melee character. This mansion has a lot of cool things in it. Pharaoh's Lockstone. We'll be seeing what we do with those later. Don't worry about it. Three Titanite shards and a torch. And here's the map of Drangleic. We'll be coming back to this occasionally. But in the basement, skeleton. Another Estus flasher. I didn't realize there was another one, otherwise I would have held off for a second. And a very fancy chest, which contains Soul Vessel. Allows you to respec your character stats once. That just makes me upset because in Dark Souls 2, they had special weapons that you could go out of your way for. They had specific time periods where you could go and collect them from said chest. But in the, after the release of Skull of First Sin, I believe, they just added all of the weapons there. And what they were just retextures of various other weapons. My favorite was the Black Steel Katana and the Marakumo. They were just simple retextures. There was nothing fancy. Speaking of, now that we've looted everything here, I want to show this off. What a bonfire aesthetic does. In its full glory. Granted, the biggest reason I want to do that is something that's out of my price range, unless I go out of my way to start killing a lot of bosses. But this is what a bonfire aesthetic does. New enemy placements. Because it changes everything to New Game Plus. I am so glad that was the first death, by the way. I was expecting it was still caught off guard. Yeet! Haha! Tiny wall's no match for my arm. I'm out of bombs. Wait! Well, I had to fight it legitimately. Oh. I died for a rusted coin. When I said I did some research, I didn't do much research at all. At least not for Majula, because, well, I thought I knew everything about Majula. I'd never thought to look at that chest. Only when I read it to feel like a complete idiot. But that's what New Game Plus does. It changes things up. I wish the other Souls games did that, where New Game Plus added more. And when I say that brings an area to New Game Plus, I mean specifically that general area, not like an entire area up to a bonfire. I'm sure there's someone who can explain it better than me. Cool, I could dual-wield binoculars. Sometimes you'll find items with better quality, sometimes you'll find more upset item. Sometimes. You are not guaranteed. But let's go around and look and see at all the, grab all the items a second time. Key items like this will not respawn, though. Unless you're, I believe it, no, I don't even think they spawn in an actual new game. Nope. Jump attack. Glad to see on New Game Plus these guys don't do as much damage. Still enough to be worrying, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know why I went to go fight the pigs. Okay, they're gone. Oh, cool. The Pharaoh's Lockstone's one of those that do carry over. Right now the shield's just weighing me down without being able to one-hand the mace. Though I should be able to once I'm done exploring. I believe I mentioned this at the beginning, but one torch equates to about 5 minutes on the timer for it. Another thing New Game Plus adds, besides the skeletons being stronger, it adds a second one. Every new game cycle will add another skeleton, up to, I believe, 9 skeletons are down there. Each one's different. Each one guaranteeing a human effigy drop, too. And is this close? Nope. One last thing to grab. I'll talk to, what's her name? Level up. The Emerald Herald. I'll talk to her, level up, and start with the second half of Tower Forested Fallen Giants.
Is that a here to see? However,
I can now one-hand my mace. That's important because now I can hold a shield in the other hand. Alright, let's keep going. Green Blossom. Increase your stamina regeneration temporarily. This looks threatening. Because it was. Oh! Ow, damn it. Alright. So, as I'm pretty sure you saw with the Mimic, once you die, you lose your souls. But where you died, you can go collect your souls again. In Dark Souls 2 specifically, every time you die, you start to lose a chunk of your maximum health. I believe it stops when you're at half health. And that health loss is permanent until you use a human effigy. So that's the biggest downside to being hollow is you're losing health. I am out of practice, man. shield, is it any better? It is. Puts me at a slower roll weight, I believe. Trap chest. While trap chests themselves are set in stone, which trap you get is kind of random. Though as far as lockstones we've been grabbing, this is what we use them on. You put them in, and it reveals something to you. Like, for instance, allows you to open a hidden door. A Titanite slab. Something that we won't be able to use for a long time. And the Chloranthy ring. It boosts stamina recovery. I am not running into magic very much. Does not open from the side, but if you knock on it, this gentleman will be polite enough to open it for you. By the way, for whatever that reason, that room is incredibly dark. So it's in this room that they lock themselves in. There it is. The life ring. You know, the item we could have started off with. Which I believe that gives a better health boost. Yeah. So I'll wear that instead of the blue sentinel ring. Oh, right. I forgot about my souls.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the lid for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed. I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
Okay. The key to countering an ambush is to strike the enemy before they're expecting you to hit them. The second key to surviving an ambush is making sure you don't die to said ambush. Which is simple, see? I wasn't close to death at all. Aromatic ooze. By the way, to open a lot of secret doors here, you just gotta hold A on them. To this day, I still don't know where all of them are. I don't even know if there are a lot more. There was nothing but death in there. No treasure.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either.
Shh, we're being too meta. You hush, Rayfon.
Let's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh, would you take this?
White sign soapstone. Remember the regular or the small sign soapstone? This is like that, but it lasts until you fight the boss.
It allows undead to call out for help to one another across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand.
I'm out of Estus. But we're close to a checkpoint, so I'm not doing anything about that yet. We're ignoring that, man. Oh, I'm ignoring that as well. Yeah, he's totally the new Solaire because he gives you the white sign. Crossbow. We have bolts for that. We have bolts for this. Oh yeah, by the way. I watched a guide about that. I never knew that was a thing. Those guys are littered, like, everywhere. Hit? Nope. Mail breaker. Use that for parrying and nothing else. Behold. Modern technology. The winged spear. Spears are pretty great. They allow you to keep your distance from people. And there's nothing better than keeping your distance from people who want to stab you. That's not just a thing in game, by the way. That's just some good advice in real life. I do recommend both this and Bloodborne, though they are on polar opposites in terms of gameplay. Dark Souls 2 requires you to take your time. Bloodborne requires you to get in there. So, I wouldn't recommend playing them at the same time. Is it because I'm too fat? Wait, no. Yes, this can stay. So it is because I'm too fat. It worked! Wasn't worth it. Give me my mace. And my quote-unquote shield. Right, I wasn't wearing. Alright, my rings. What? Those two were supposed to be for an ambush. Why did they jump off the cliff? I'm still in ambushing range. Why'd they do that? Oh yeah, Bloodborne is definitely a better game to play after Dark Souls 3. And for a lot of people, it's their favorite Souls game, and for good reason. It's a great game. I've thought about playing that for a stream a couple times, but you think I'm bad at Souls games? Wait till you see me play Bloodborne. Wait a minute, I have a blunt weapon. And this man looks rather chunky. My weight was weighing me down. So, there was supposed to be... Oh, there still is. Then who are those random guys that fell off the cliff? Like, did anyone else see them? Just, like, fall off the cliff? The Halberd. Another really great weapon early on. I could easily recommend that weapon as well. Oh yeah, that crystal lizard I was struggling with. That crystal lizard back in the original Dark Souls 2 was in this room. I don't know why I remember so much about the old Dark Souls games. We now have a shortcut. You guys don't understand, you'll see why that's funny later. Those random guys were there to show off gravity. Oh yeah, wait, I need to talk to you still.
I knew you'd be back. Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself had nary a place to sleep. I swear I'll keep all my things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I don't remember the frigid outskirts from Bloodborne.
They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. Do you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says.
That's what I was looking for.
It's high time that
This
I
game,
have a
just as much as Dark Souls 1, wants you to
of a bargain for you.
talk to NPCs a lot.
Lovely.
Oh. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the Frigid Outskirts, but I've never done it at all. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just remember everyone talking about, like, My Little Pony in Pain. aka a bunch of unicorns and horses attacking at you from where you couldn't see. Oh, it didn't stick. And not to mention, apparently the boss is a dual boss. Everyone I kill is just another chance for them to drop me the armor. I'd like their pants. Their pants are peak faction. This is why I wanted to be human. A lot of NPC quests in this game are tied to summoning allies. And Mild-Mannered Pate is one of them. Sellsword Luit is not. But if there's an NPC summon, I'm gonna summon him. Alright, first boss. Let's go. The last giant, everyone. Spoiler, he's not the last giant. Ouchies. Alright. Still shaking off a bit of the rust. Sellsword Luit is definitely a tank. He has stuff you're not supposed to have access to this early in the game. But it's all about keeping the host alive. Phase transition. He now has more range and damage. Uh-oh. Oh. I go unpunished. Pate, on the other hand, is currently getting punished. Yeah, there's at least, what, like, 2 more giants? More if you have multiplayer. Don't have the key for that. Don't even remember what key is used for that. Granted, the remaining giants are like in the ass crack of a place called the Gutter, but still. hardest boss. 2 spearmen. Oh, I can't believe I just got stun locked. No, I hate these enemies so much sometimes. But yeah, this series isn't about like any challenge or anything. I just want to show off the game. A game that I love so much. True. I mean, like I said, the other 2 giants are like locked away in the bowels of hell. I don't think the guy who's taking the census is gonna go down there to find out who lives there. Like, who's gonna fact check him? Vendrick, he's currently dead. Ish. Is anyone truly dead in Dark Souls? Besides Hollows? I like that theory. That's a good theory. Oh, jump scare. I like how you can tell in just the armor designs which group of soldiers was loved. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go into a place called the gutter, especially when the only way down there is to fall down a pit. The only thing that lives down there is just creatures. Oh yeah, remember the heavily armored guy I ran from? The best advice I can give you for this guy, stick to the right side. Or if you want to cheese him, attempt to lure him and get hit by one of the ballistas. You have to manually fire the ballista yourself. I've never been able to do that. Uh-oh. I really am risking my life with stupid shit. This guy's a good introduction to how to just, when dodging a boss, what to do. Walk towards the opposite side of their weapon. If they're holding their weapon in the right hand, move to their left. He's also the biggest reason I wanted the mace. My favorite area? That's a tough one, actually. Ring of Blades. Just straight physical increase in damage. I'd have to say my favorite area is probably Majula, of all areas I can think of. To me, it's always been a nice and beautiful location that's always felt safe in a world that wants you dead. That's not. Fashion. But fat. Oh, don't try to roll when you're fat. Now, if we're talking favorite boss, I'd have to say is going to be Gale from Dark Souls 3. I had such a blast fighting that guy. Even though I kept dying over and over, I actually had fun doing it. But the only area I can find myself truly enjoying is genuinely... Ouchies. Majula. What are your guys' favorite, if you don't mind me asking? Also, call back. I didn't mean to hit that button. Anyway, we're here now. Let's do some leveling, and I think I'll call it here.
Bearer of the curse, seek, lest this...
Oh, I can level up almost 20 times. Let me look something up real quick. So, hold on. So, when agility maxes out, agility is the iframe for dodging. It maxes out at 110. That's a lot. I think that's good. Alright. Now I've got some nice crunchies right here. Let's start making some progress towards the armor guy's quest line. Oh, I can't remember this guy's name. Moglin.
Oh, hello again.
I just need to find out his thresholds. Alright, so the first threshold is apparently 1,000? Only 1,000? Let's just buy a chess piece there.
Thanks very much.
Oh, it's a much better roll, too. You know what? Fair. Sister Frida is definitely a great boss. Though, being the only, I think the only boss in Dark Souls 3, or in Dark Souls to have 3 phases, that definitely catches you off guard. Yeah. And Anor Londo is definitely a beautiful location.
That you would come. I've stocked some new things, and I thought that you might be interested. They've been selling rather well, and I may step up operations soon.
He now sells better armor, including one of the best armor sets in the game. Sorry, best looking armor sets in the game. Elite Knight armor. And his next threshold is at 1,600 souls you've given him. I believe I've given him about 5,500 souls. So I'll have to come back here again.
Thanks very much.
But before I leave, yeah, Orlando definitely wouldn't be the best vacation spot with all the archers everywhere. But before we leave, I'm gonna go, like, head to the next area and show off where we'll be heading next time. Alright, I turned this area into Game Plus as well. That's a mistake that'll bite me in the ass later. But that's for later me. Hopefully later me levels up appropriately. Oh yeah, I also got a drangleic shield, which I can't use. It is hella worth it to use, though. That'll be my next goal after I get some more endurance. Crimson Parma. Also a shield. Basic shield. That is all. Wait a minute. There. If it wasn't obvious, the next area I plan on tackling is going to be Hyde's Tower of Flame. But not just that, I'll also be trying to tackle No Man's Wharf. because, well, Hyde's Tower of Flame isn't long enough for an entire stream. Unless I just actually just suck. Broken Thief Sword. Broken Thief Sword. The drangleic sword is a nice weapon as well. But that's neither here nor there. But this is the Hyde Knight. We will be beating them up a lot later. Another reason the mace is goated. These big guys are weak to blunt damage. Oh yeah. But, like I said, I think this is where I'm going to be trying to leave off for now. I'm actually genuinely excited to play this game for you guys, and I really hope that, anyone who does plan on playing this game will maybe learn something from me being an absolute nerd and loser who used to play this game for hours on end. But, thank you everyone very much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next stream. And, well, have a good one, guys.